A very warm welcome and hello to all the budding or ex-compers out there, and this is my in-depth guide to all the Elf City Batch 2 Completionist Cape requirements. If you want to check out Batch 1, then just click on screen now. I made a guide for that as well. And there are a hell of a lot of requirements within this batch, and I'd probably say this batch is a bit more grindy and will take longer than the first batch just because of the amount of RNG based and XP gain based requirements. And as far as I know, there are no trim comp requirements this time round, apart from the continued one from before, which is to make one golden statue every week for 32 weeks. Feel free to click on screen to navigate to the relevant requirement, or alternatively watch the entire video. Obviously there is a hell of a lot of new content and training methods which I won't cover, just because they're not comp requirements. For example, Motherload More, the Eddy moves, the new agility and crafting training methods and so on. And and Supreme Overloads as well, which I really do want to talk about, but I've got to leave it for another time because this is not the right video for it. So yeah, let's start off nice and easy, guys, with the easiest of the clan titles. The Amlod title is very simple to obtain. Either buy a light creature pouch and an enlightenment scroll off the GE, or make one yourself by killing the shadow creatures just east of Lord Amlod and converting their cores. To make one, you need a light core, which you can get through the said method, a blue charm, a empty pouch, and 204 spirit shards. Just summon one, activate the scroll, which you can obviously make by converting the pouch at an obelisk, and go through with the dialogue with Lord Amlod, who is in the northwest of the Elf City. And that's it. And the scroll has a load of other cool benefits as well, which I'll come to later on when it's relevant. The Ithel title involves crafting 100 crystal flasks from scratch. You can collect 50 crystal flecked sandstone each day from the rock in the Ithel area, which is in the western part of Prifddinas, and if you have level 115 dungeoneering, you can also mine 25 more from the rock in the level 115 resource dungeon, where you can find Motherload More and the Edemus, that one. And it's in the southern part of the Malia clan area, which is in the northeast of the city, next to the Harmony pillars. If you really want, you can easily get this total up and over 100 within a single day if you use the shooting star bonus and a quarry master aura. You can craft it the same way as you craft normal potion flasks, which is by using the robust glass machine in the Ithel area, and then using a glass blowing pipe on it, as you would with a normal potion flask. On to my favourite one, not really. The Feint title can be a really frustrating one, to be honest. In essence, the requirement is to complete either 200 laps of the course or 250, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it's 200 though. Because that's what I've heard more than I've heard 250. There isn't a way to keep checking how many you've done, as far as I know, but if you don't daydream, it should take around 2 or 2.5 hours, which isn't so bad considering that you'd probably be gawping at the level of parkour you never realized your character was capable of. I've heard that timing it right with the velocity bar can make the course pretty AFK. But I didn't find it so AFK, probably because I was being a noob as usual. Some ways to make this faster are to use the shortcuts when they open up, and the light creature on the roof whenever you can. Use the perfect Juju agility potion to increase the chance of a shortcut appearing, and also use a light creature with a scroll active for better rewards from the course. Remember though that the scroll lasts for 6 minutes, so bring as many as you think you'll need, and also you also get a warning when there's 30 seconds left, so that can be pretty useful so that you can renew it on time. That brings us very nicely on to the next requirement, guys, and this is to collect all 8 of the clan pages for the book you get given by the light creature on the Feint agility course. You'll probably get this done by the time you get the title itself, but if not, just keep going. I'm not sure if the light creature with scroll active increases the chances, but hey, it doesn't hurt to try, I guess, and none of the other junk you get is a comp requirement except the emotes. Now, for Memoriam Crystal number 13, you need to unlock 1 out of the 4 possible emotes you can get from the Feint agility course. I personally didn't get one for about 5 hours, but that was due to a glitch, as you can see, but it's been hotfixed now, so you should be able to get it much quicker than I did. And once you unlock one of the emotes, go to the Serenity Stones to the east, I think. Yeah, to the east. and use it next to the agility elf master woman, and crystal number 13 should pop into your inventory. Crystal 9 is in the Feint church, the building on top of the mountain to the north. Crystal 10 is in the harp house, where you can collect harmonic dust for your crystal pickaxes and hatchets, and this is within the Ithel area. Crystal 11 is inside the Impling collector's house, and I think the guy's called Daffod or something, and it's to the northwest of Lord Amlod. Crystal 12 is inside Lady Melia's house in the far northeast of the city. Crystal 14 is another weird one, so basically take an inventory full of empty buckets and start collecting sand from the sandpit in the Ithel section. Before you fill up your inventory of buckets with the sand, the crystal should pop into your inventory. So yeah. Crystal 15 can be obtained by using the fairy ring in the Amlod area through Xanaris via the code DJS. Finally, Crystal 16 can be obtained by collecting moss from a fully grown harmony pillar, while having the following stuff: the perfect juju farming potion active, a fully grown fruit tree in the nearby patch. No, that has to be fully grown, so you do have to wait if you've just planted it. I'll talk more about them when I discuss the killer requirement, which is the Melia clan title. Oh my god. When I say killer, I really do mean it, guys. It's like the Castle Wars of the Elf City comp requirements. But anyway, that's all for the Memoriam Crystal. Number 6 is a favor one, and for this you basically need to convert 15 of each type of shadow core. These can be randomly found while killing the shadow creatures in the Amlod section, and you need to convert 15 of each of the 3 types: Blissful, Truthful and Manifest. Try and keep track of them, otherwise you'll need to go back to Amlod to check. I just stayed there for about an hour and I managed to finish it, so it wasn't too bad. It might be an idea to do these on a Slayer task as well, like I did, for that damage bonus and Slayer XP, because they can damage you quite heavily otherwise. Also, you can randomly get light cores when converting, which is an untradeable tertiary ingredient for the light creature familiar, which I talked about earlier. Now, you might have heard about the Impling requirement, which is to catch 1 of each type of Impling for Daffod, the elf in the northwest to the northwest of Amlod. It started counting a few weeks ago now, so a lot of you might have either got most of the Implings or completed it before Batch 2 was even released. But anyway, if you haven't, I thought you needed to catch the Implings in jars, but thankfully not, and I literally completed the requirement just now as I'm making this video. So apparently the best place to camp for the Crystal Impling is the level 95 dungeon, which is where I got it from, and of course Pura Pura is good too. I must have quick hopped about 100 times, but eventually I found them all, so yeah. A few tips: so use Entangle and the magic butterfly net to increase the chance of getting the Crystal Impling before someone else does and before it runs away. It spawns at certain points throughout the Elf City, and you can check on the forums for the spawn points, but it only spawns where the Voice of Saren is active, so don't go hunting for it in a clan where the Voice of Saren isn't active. And it only spawns once an hour per clan for that world, and it can be at any point during the hour. But like I said, I did it inside the dungeon where it's supposed to be less rare, so yeah, that might be an idea for you guys as well. So once you're done, talk to Daffod and you'll get Thinker robes and trousers, and you'll complete the requirement. This next requirement can basically be bought, and it's basically to give Lady Ithel a fully charged crystal staff, wand, orb and ward. You can either buy them off the GE or buy 3 weapon seeds and an armor seed, then get a Lunid nearby to enchant them, or make them yourself by collecting 1875 harmonic dust from the harp area to the west, which is incidentally a new AFK crafting method, and the dust is also required to upgrade the dragon hatchet and pickaxe to a crystal hatchet and pickaxe anyway. And yeah, a pretty straightforward requirement there, so nothing much more to say. Once again, music is probably the least of your worries, and I believe there are about 8 tracks or something like that for you to get, but you should be able to unlock them as you go around exploring and doing all the other stuff. But there are also a few tracks you need to listen to the musicians to unlock. These musicians were released with Batch 2 only, and I think they're scattered all around the city, not just in the batch 2 clans, and they're pretty easy to find, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. As you can see, having unlocked all the requirements I've mentioned so far, I've only got the melee title and the recipe requirement left, which brings us nicely onto the next requirement, which is an absolute killer, and make no mistake about it, so brace yourselves. This is to collect 200 harmony moss from the harmony pillars in the melee area. It sounds pretty simple, but yeah, the way to do this is to plant harmony moss seeds, 1 per pillar, and there are 4 pillars of course, and you can buy these seeds from the farmer nearby, or from the G, or from Lady Melee, or you can get it as drops from Edemu or from thieving within the city. So yeah, once you plant the seed, the pillar gets attuned to a random skill, and you need to gain 200k XP in that skill for it to grow fully. Originally this skill was going to be the only skill you could, only the skill you could get daily challenges in. And I was buzzing, to be honest, because mine would have been dungeoneering, so I could have blitzed through the requirement, but they just tried to ruin all the fun. Anyway, bonus XP or XP from lamps and stuff like that doesn't count, plus you don't get any notifications, so I just get a counter going, to be honest, like I've been doing. To increase the yield, I recommend using the perfect Juju farming potion and magic secateurs. I don't know if magic secateurs helps, but anyway, and harvest all the pillars at once, so you make full use of your 1 potion dose, which lasts an hour, and it gives a 25% chance to triple the moss yield, which without the bonus it is between 1 and 5 per pillar. The green fingers aura can also come in handy if you have it, and as you could see, I got 15 moss from my first pillar, which is extremely lucky, but then eventually ended up with only 27 from the 4, and the next 2 I did, for number 5 and 6, I only got 1 from each of them, so it was a little disappointing, but that's the way it is. The potion also gives you a 5% chance of gaining moss from any farming patch if you fully harvest it or check its health. I tried doing literally every allotment, herb and tree patch with the potion active, but I only got 1 moss, so it's probably not even worth wasting your time on, unless obviously you have a farming pillar and you need to farm anyway. And moss collected this way doesn't contribute to the 200 moss requirement anyway, so yeah, it doesn't really matter if you go for it despite it being very rare. Also, another really cool thing about their pillars is that if you don't like the skill it gives you, just don't plant a seed for that pillar, and after reset the pillar will be attuned to a different skill, as you can see. Obviously if you're happy with the skill it's given you, plant the seed ASAP and get them XP gains going, because if you don't plant the seed it's going to switch to a random skill after reset. But yeah, this is going to be the single worst requirement, guys. You can check the amount of moss you've collected through the farmer nearby, and it's 200 for the title, so don't count on the moss in your inventory. You might have got some from normal farming as well, so it wouldn't count, so check it with the farmer nearby. But the moss is definitely worth it, I'd say, even if it's a killer of a requirement, because it's needed to make all those perfect Juju potions, which are really handy, or you could just buy them off the GE like me. Alright, that brings us to the final requirement, guys, which is also a clan melee requirement. I mean, honestly, why make one clan the entire center of attention? But anyway, the requirement is to unlock all the combination potions from Lady Melee, and 9 of these can be found while dungeoneering, and then unlocked by paying money, and the rest can be immediately bought by paying money. Luckily, the PVMS potion, Supreme Overload, doesn't need dungeoneering to unlock and can immediately be bought for 900k GP, and it needs 98 herb lore to make. Altogether you'll be spending 11.15 mil, which, hey, is incidentally 100k less than 11.25 mil I made from my first ever blood necklace shard, but hey, that's beside the point. So yeah, when you first talk to Lady Melee, she asks you to make her a super melee potion, which is guaranteed to be the first recipe you unlock when you unlock one during dungeoneering. Once you find this particular recipe, the first of 9, you can make the potion and get a 50k attack or strength lamp from her. Then all you have to do is find the remaining 8. Job done, right? If only, if only. So the recipes are found as pages on the floor while you're dungeoneering and are generated randomly on a per door basis, regardless of floor. So it's regardless of floor, people, complexity, or whether you're in hard mode or not. It appears as an unreadable page, a red dot on a minimap when you open a door. If you're not soloing, only one person can pick up the recipe, but if you have a consistent yak card of the team variety active, then everyone in the team is guaranteed to get a recipe. You can get one of these cards randomly once a day, by the way, from the Garage Horde Stalker in the level 95 Resort dungeon. I believe there's an FC called Yak card, which may or may not be useful in saving you guys time, depending on how many nice people have the team Yak card and are willing to use it to help others out. And yeah, don't forget your perfect Juju Herblo potion to increase the chance of a recipe by 10%. Personally, I've only unlocked one of the 9 dungeon recipes in 3 or 4 hours of dungeoning, but I've heard of someone in my clan getting 8 in a few hours, so I guess they were just super lucky or something. So yeah, don't forget to use your card once a day to make it go by faster, and I think that concludes all the requirements, guys, unless I missed something blindingly obvious, being the noob that I am. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really hope all my tips and tricks helped you out, and if I got anything wrong, or if there's anything that's been updated, or if there are better ways of doing something, please do let me know and I'll annotate it in the video. Hopefully it doesn't take months to get back the comp cape. This batch has been horrible, like I said, but I like how you really need to be efficient and consult other scapers to get the requirements done quickly, so hopefully that's why you're watching this guide. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it, and like our other videos. We'll be making more of these kinds of videos if you guys want to check that out. And I hope both the batch 1 guide and this one come in handy. I'll see you guys later. Happy camping the melee clan for this batch, and I hope the budding trimmed compers out there don't forget about your golden statues. Oh, and I must thank a few people that helped me out, especially Paz, who made a thread on the high level forums for this. One of my friends, and also a couple of other friends from my clan. There's too many names to mention, but definitely Paz has to be the big name because she made that thread in the high level forums, like I said. So thank you to everyone that helped me out, and good luck again.